A murder in Ecuador shocks over Latin America. In Peru's today's date is August 12, 2023. I'm Nelson Peña Herrera Castillo reporting from Sullana City. This is Live Connection. On Wednesday, August 9th, 2023, Fernando Villavicencio, a candidate who was running for the presidency of Ecuador, was murdered after a meeting in northern Quito, the capital of Ecuador. And there are some facts we are going to review about this crime, because this has not only affected Ecuador but all over Latin America, and especially the political circles. First, Fernando Villavicencio was a journalist who was denouncing some intrusions of the drug trafficking into the politics of his country. And those investigations eventually caused the fall of Rafael Correa, the former Ecuador's president who governed the Ecuador for more than a decade. The problem with Villavicencio was he finally published many investigations, and those investigations even tried to connect these cartels with the actual politics in Ecuador, with actual political circles in Ecuador. The crime is actually under investigation, as even the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, is involved in this research. For the people who don't have the perspective of this, the FBI reports directly to the Department of Justice of the United States, and this department reports finally, ultimately, to the White House. So the question here is why the FBI is involved in this investigation. The detail is that the Ecuadorian government and some candidates are approving the FBI participation into the investigations. The facts that we know is that 4 killers entered into a meeting that Villavicencio had in Quito, in northern Quito, at the Coliseum on Wednesday, August 9th, and shot about 20 shots. One of them hit the head of this candidate. He finally died so fast in at a local clinic. So the problem here is what is behind, what is the impact to other political campaigns across Latin America. The problem here is that we don't know until we don't have more investigations. Other candidates in Ecuador condemned this crime, and obviously that we are now knowing is that Villavicencio, as well as other candidates, received some threats to these campaigns from these cartels, especially in Ecuador, the cartel called Los Choneros that is operating in Ecuadorian coast. But there are no more investigations. Some politicians say that the FBI participation into this research is going to guarantee transparency into the results, the outcomes of this investigation that is running now in Ecuador. The other detail, the other fact we have in mind is that the elections are on August the 20th, and the electoral authorities of Ecuador didn't want to move the date. Even there is a debate for this campaign on the Sunday, August 13th. In other words, tomorrow, for the people who is following me live. Electoral authorities didn't want to move this date too. The other fact here is that Villavicencio maybe was one of the 2 candidates who were running for ballotage, because in Ecuador when you don't have the majority of votes for running to the presidency, it's necessary to do a ballotage. And this ballotage was going to have with possibly the candidate of Rafael Correa, the former Ecuador's president. And the question here is, what is the involvement of this campaign into this murder? The widow of Villavicencio told the media that she's suspecting the Correa partisans are involved into this murder, but there are no, and this is important to say, there are no proofs of this affirmation. However, this crime is not only shocking Ecuador, but it's shocking all Latin America. In an interview that Villavicencio gave to a Peruvian news network, Canal N, in May 2023, he tried to connect this scheme with other problems that happened in Colombia and Mexico. But obviously Villavicencio was investigating those connections, and we don't know what are the outcomes of those investigations because he's finally dead. But the important here is that this is a case that maybe is going to change the vision, the insight of the politics here in Latin America for the next electoral campaigns. For example, we have now one in Argentina, and we have now other one in Guatemala. But this could be an interesting thing to watch, and watch so quietly, because according of the suspects of many campaigns, the problem here is what is the destination of the money that is entering the campaigns across Latin America from Mexico to Argentina. At least in Peru, there are no investigations running about this issue. I mean, in the former campaigns that we had in previous processes. But maybe this is going to mark the rest of the politics and the movement that the politics are doing here in the region. For example, recently in Brazil, there was a meeting for reviewing problems of the Amazon basin, but the critics say that there were no any indication about drug trafficking in the outcomes of that meeting that was held in Belém. This is the eastern part of Brazil. So this is a fact that we are going to check so slowly in order to have more details. The next challenge here is what are going to be the results on the next election in Ecuador next August 20th. And this may be going to change the map of the politics in Latin America that is now trending to the left. But as I told you, this is under revision and this is under review as the facts are going out. So this is what we have, and this is what we can say at this moment. Thanks for joining us. Follow the hashtags Live Connection and Nelson Live. From Sullana, Peru, I'm Nelson Peña Reda Castillo reporting. See you on the next Live Connection.